8 flights minimum on the jet with the Predator. Flight logs coming out, man, the feds are the editor. 93 to 96, the years you can't account for. Maxwell on 4 of them. What the fuck were y'all flying for? One flight, just you, Jeff, and a 20-year-old unnamed. Redacted in the documents, but the pattern stays the same. 2 more flights with women who'd be witnesses later in the Maxwell case. Tell me how you explain that behavior. Contact book, black book, your whole family listed. Ivanka, Robert, Ivana, the connections persisted. For decades you were close, now you claim you barely knew him. But the photos of Mar-a-Lago in 2000 prove you're lying through him. 94 at the club, 14-year-old girl. Epstein introduced her, elbowed you with a smirk and a twirl. Said this is a good one, right? And you smiled and agreed. She felt uncomfortable but was too young to read the situation clearly, but we could see it now. Through the depositions, documentation spelling it out. Steve Bannon's phone and pictures of you and Elaine. The feds found him in 21, connecting all the chains. Jack offer made an offer, hope you read between the lines, cause the flight logs don't lie even when the name's redacted in the files. Mar-a-Lago got subpoena, they were looking for the truth about who was on the payroll when the girls were being used. Jack offers got connections that he swears he don't remember, but the documents keep dropping every single December. And the more that gets released, the more the pictures getting clearer of a man who flew with monsters and pretended he's not in the mirror. You pardon Acosta's boss, the man who gave the sweetheart deal to Epstein back in 08. Let a predator stay concealed. Labor secretary position, that's the payment for the favor of letting Jeffrey walk when he should have faced his maker in a federal prison cell. But instead he got 18 months. They charge a slap on wrist, and you rewarded that stunt decades later when you had the power, interest, and connection between protecting Epstein's deal maker and your own protection. From questioned about why you were so close to the guy who ran an operation trafficking kids, but you reply, I banned him from Mar-a-Lago when the story got too hot. But that was after years of friendship, after you'd forgot to mention all the flights and parties and the photographs of you and him and Jillian doing the socialite laugh at events where young girls were presented like commodities, and you comment on their bodies with the cameras watching awkwardly. I've known Jeff 15 years, terrific guy. You told the press back in 02, New York Magazine, you can't suppress the quotes where you said he likes them young with the wink and the nod, like it was an inside joke between you and the squad. Jack offer made an offer, hope you read between the lines, cause the flight logs don't lie even when the name's redacted in the files. Mar-a-Lago got subpoena, they were looking for the truth about who was on the payroll when the girls were being used. Jack offers got connections that he swears he don't remember, but the documents keep dropping every single December. And the more that gets released, the more the pictures getting clearer of a man who flew with monsters and pretended he's not in the mirror. You fought the release of files for months until the pressure mounted from your own party members. Then the documents got counted, 3.5 million pages, videos and images too. And your DOJ's been redacting, protecting me and you, but protecting you specifically. Heavy-handed blackout sections, while the victim's information somehow made it through inspection. Convenient how the co-conspirators got their names erased, but the 14-year-old story got released into the space where everyone can read it, where everyone can see what happened at your club back in 94. Disgustingly, you smiled when Epstein elbows you and called the child a good one. That's documented testimony, that's not speculation, son. The subpoena to Mar-a-Lago for employment records. Why were they checking who was working there when Jeffrey would stop by with his friends and recruits and the girls he'd bring around to the place you owned and operated, your stomping ground? 26 accusations over years that you've denied, settled with NDAs to keep the women mollified and quiet while you claim you're being hunted by a witch. But Epstein's files keep showing that you ran within that rich. Predators in the circle benefited from his network of powerful enablers who protect each other's dirt work. Now you're president again with all the files in your control. Funny how the timeline works out, how you played your role.